This just in, Lupe Fiasco hates black people.
That's right, we said Lupe hates black people. Now, we don't believe that, but if you read the tweets and the stories from the Uppity Black People Coalition headed by D.L. Hughley and Roland Martin, it seems as though Lupe is all that's what's wrong with the youth, telling them not to vote and stuff like that. Because, according to D.L. Hughley, if you don't vote, then you won't get Social Security.
Oh, no.
Just like a nigger. Alright, we're going to talk about it.
I mean, freedom of speech is a zero-sum proposition. Either you believe in it or you don't. Pretty soon they're going to tell us we can't say shit, and that's the fucking deal, man.
Right. Okay. So, Lupe, Uppity Black People Coalition, what's your take?
I see DL Hughley like on real time. This nigga look like a JCPenney Muslim.
You can call me what you want to. Like I said, it's what I'm going to answer to.
Well, let's talk about his main point, because he's saying, okay, you guys should pay attention and vote, because if you don't vote, he specifically said then we won't get Social Security. But then, I'm fucking with him, but I mean, I know his larger point is if we don't vote, then we have no say in these things. So,
on the real, they have a platform where they can make a lot of things happen.
right,
They can make a lot of things come to light,
right.
you know? But instead of bringing up issues and making demands, what do? They just say, "Oh, don't embarrass the black president."
Right. Don't embarrass our guy in there.
Right.
We got him in there.
We got him in there.
Don't embarrass him. Yeah.
But anyway, back to Lupe. Basically, I get what he's saying. You know, the same thing I've been saying for a long time. Like, why support this corrupt, broken system?
Right. Regardless of who you vote, it's like Nas said, who you gonna vote for, Satan or Satan?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't have a horse in a race, regardless of whether you think because you're the same race, the same color, anything like that, or maybe you agree with some of Obama's views. Maybe you do think that people should have more welfare than ever before, and maybe you do think that killing people with drones is fine. If you do feel that way, that's your opinion.
Right.
But to tell people, well, people have died for your right to vote, and if you don't vote, then you're not a part of the process.
What kind of shit is that? It's like if a black man becomes like the chief of police, he's still the fucking cops. He's still police.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he didn't like, oh, now the police is gonna be fair because they have a black chief.
It's the same system that has perpetually, for generation after generation, put things in place for us to not thrive as an overall culture, and to think now that just because the man in power has a similar skin tone to us, that everything is better or everything has changed. To me, it's foolhardy. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go conspiracy theory a little bit.
Oh boy.
What the conspiracy theory is basically, or what I believe to be true, is that he was groomed for this. You know, he was groomed to be the face of this new world order.
Let me tell you a story. I was listening to NPR not too long ago, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he's the main anchor for Univision. He was on NPR, and they were interviewing him, and they were saying, well, how did you guys go about getting a debate or a town hall with the president and Mitt Romney when they hadn't scheduled one?
Right.
And what he said was that the president and Mr. Romney need to both understand that they need to be held accountable to the Latin American community.
Right.
And we reached out to them. There was a huge outcry when they scheduled their debates, and there was nothing representing a Latin American or African American in their debates. As far as moderators, as far as where they actually held the debates. And he said that they contacted the campaigns, and within 24 hours, both of the campaigns agreed to do a town hall with them. And he said that they need to understand that they need to be held accountable for the issues that affect Latin Americans. That Latin Americans are not just going to give their vote away. And I thought to myself, I said, I'm gonna change
to a Latin American.
Bro,
I'm already light skinned. I'm halfway there.
I'm
halfway there. Like,
Chico Benico, you can do it.
Our people, our mouthpieces.
Their job is not to hold this White House accountable. Their job is to suck the teeth of this White House and get whatever they can. That's
Right.
why they're at the inaugurations and they're crying in their mittens, because they want to be a part of the overall thought of, wow, we have this black president that really represents us and really cares about us, without actually holding him accountable to the things that we need to take care of us.
And everything that Obama said he was gonna do, I don't want to say everything, but most stuff that he's done is basically Bush to the 5th degree. It's like he's super Bush.
Well, let's have some
He's
facts
just
here.
much better
Because
at
presenting
talking to people. You
Oh,
know,
sure.
he's much better at, his speeches are amazing. Like, he's a cool dude. Like,
The coolest.
I would smoke a joint with that dude. Like, we kick it. If he was my uncle, it's like I would be proud.
oh god,
I'm
I want to see my Uncle B. Fuck yeah. But
but he's
no.
full of shit.
Yeah.
All right, so back to this Lupe thing.
Okay.
All right, so we got, you know, Lupe. He's standing up for what he believes is right, and we got, I guess, the black elite. It's like they have this negative connotation of rappers. You know, rappers are the evil of the world, of the black community. So,
See, and I think what they're doing though is they're confusing Lupe, telling people that voting is worthless. You know, he's just you know, we shouldn't care. You know, like just being like a
they just think he's a rebel without a cause.
Saying that they should
have
a discussion.
They should have a discussion
rather than just calling them out on Twitter.
Yeah, it's stupid and it doesn't help anything. I said something on Facebook the other day about like how Obama, you know, how voting for Obama blindly is very dangerous. And somebody replied talking about, people died for you to be able to vote. And I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. That was the main thing. Like, it wasn't the get these dogs off me, motherfucker, and these hoses and shit. Like, can we walk down the street without getting lynched and shit? I think that was more important. I replied like, okay, what about the people that's dying now? Like, nobody gives a shit about people that's dying now. Like, there's
here in
Chicago, where fucking Obama's from. He hasn't come to say
he still has hands on Chicago. Please believe his boy Rahm Emanuel is the mayor of Chicago. He has hands in Chicago. He has eyes, feet in Chicago. Anything he would want to get done in Chicago would be done like this.
You know what it all boils down to? What people don't understand? Obama don't care about black people. He works for the bankers. He's like the CEO of a corporation, and we're all his products.
You know what I liken him to? He's more like a commissioner of a sports league. Somebody like David Stern or a what's my guy over in the NFL? Whatever. Him. You know, he's the face. He's for all of these faceless people in the shadows who really have a vested interest in what happens. You know, he's the guy that they say, all right, go tell them what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? And he jumps out there with the teleprompter and says,
exactly. And he lures you to sleep singing Al Green and
like, he name checks Jeezy. And it's like, Obama. We have to really delve into his politics and delve into what has he done for, you know, whoever you are, whether you're you know, whether if you want to divide it by racial lines, whether you want to divide it by poverty lines, whether you want to divide it by whatever line that you can think of, you have to say, well, what has he done for my sensibilities? You know, not what does he believe in. Oh, if I vote for Mitt Romney, they're gonna take away abortion. But that's a stupid thing to vote for somebody about, is these idealistic things. Let's vote about what have they done policy-wise, and then decide whether or not it's even worth voting for them.
And what about why do we accept like who they give us to vote for? Like, you only have this person and this person. Like, that's like going to the ice cream shop, 31 flavors. You got 31 flavors and they only offer you vanilla or chocolate. Like, motherfucker, I want you know what I'm saying, I want cookies and cream or some shit. You know?
But it's all a dance. It's all a dance. The media tells you, well, Ron Paul has no chance to win. He's crazy old Ron Paul. And eventually they say that to you so many times that you say, well, shit, he ain't gonna win. You know what I mean? The same reason Mitt Romney has no chance in hell. And I mean, we talked about that a year ago.
Right.
When this whole Osama bin Laden got killed thing, I was like, okay, well, he just won re-election. There's no way in hell anybody's gonna beat him.
And it's the whole thing is the fear. Oh, fear, like, with Mitt Romney getting in office, then all black people gonna be slaves.
Oh, yeah. He said, gonna put y'all back in chains.
Did he?
Nigga, you ain't see Joe Biden said that?
They're gonna put y'all back in chains.
Oh, yeah.
They gonna put y'all back in chains. People believe that. There are some people that's like, he gonna take away my Obama phone.
Obama.
You got Obama phone?
Yes, everybody in Cleveland, low minority, got Obama phone. Keep Obama in president, you know. He gave us a phone.
He gave you a phone.
Do more.
Whatever. You know, obviously in her life, a phone is important, and the fact that Barack Obama's administration gave her a phone means a lot to her. Fine.
Yeah,
fine. But maybe if you would look into why you're in a position to where you need to get a phone from the government, you would see that those same policies that same president that gave you the phone, he put those same policies in place that fucked you over to where you need a phone.
It's crazy. A lot of fucking Republicans, they be making sense with the actual things that they say, but it's like it's clouded in racism. but if you can get past the racism, but I really hear a lot of Republicans saying, okay, this is how you got to do it. Fiscal responsibility. You know, we have too much entitlements. We do have too much entitlement.
They said that more people have gotten on welfare since Obama came into office than I think ever before.
And it's slave fair.
That's what I heard.
It's slave fair too, because the government pretty much owns you when you're on welfare. Like, you have to report all your information to them.
They give you just enough to keep you coming back. It all comes down to is that you're giving your sovereignty up willingly for a paycheck. You know what I mean? We need to stop
paycheck too,
bruh. Pennies. Like, we need to stop depending on the government to give us anything to begin with. You know what I mean? We shouldn't depend on the government to help us. If you're in a bad situation, start a business. You know what I mean? I see people at on the side of the road. He done went and bought a 24 pack of waters for $3, and he's selling them for $1 a pop. I would give that dude $50 before I gave a beggar a quarter. Because at least that person is trying. You know what I mean? Like, let's not depend on the government and beg them for money. We should be able to stand on our own too.
Right.
And that's what a lot of what the Republicans are saying. I don't necessarily have an issue with that.
But
we'll have an issue with their inherent racism and the fact that, you know, they basically want to send certain policies. They want to send America back to like 1965. Like, but neither one of them is perfect. Who you gonna vote for? Save or save? It's the same thing. They all have their own. They all have their own warts.
It's a big dance. You know, it's art. It's the Democratic
turn.
to
Charles
be.
Barkley said that. He was like, you know, what Democrat and Republican is, Jack, is two rich white men arguing over money. And then we sit there and be like, we going Democrat. Barack Obama has 100% of the black vote. That's, you know why he has 100%? Because the percentage of black people that are voting probably will, but I bet you there's a huge percentage of people who are unplugged like us who have decided to not even vote, because we know that we're not represented, and we know that we can go to the polls and we can sit out there with posters and honk if you love Obama, but his policies are a big fuck you to us,
right?
And we know that. And
on that note, it's like we're gonna end this segment, but yeah, like Lupe, we support you, man.
Straight up.
And everybody out there that's unplugged like us, you know, we here to just dissect the Matrix, you know, and go over all of this stuff. But until next time, you know, stay unplugged.